Guys, welcome back to another edition of the Battery Podcast.
Today is a very special one. We have our third guest. Fourth actually, technically, because of Tower. True. We have our fourth guest, a good friend of mine. We've been talking about doing this for a very long time. His name's Irvin. Irvin Canelo. What's happening, my man?
What is happening, guys? Yeah, we have been talking about this for a hot minute. We actually been talking about doing this together, coming up with ideas, a whole bunch of things, and then you're like, buy my microphone, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
so I've
been in the mix.
Yeah, he has been in the mix.
It was aware than before we even started.
I think him and Dallas are the two that have been in the mix since we decided to come up with this idea. Dallas is because you met Dallas. Yeah. So
he was recently in it, wasn't he? I saw your post of him. I was like, what? No way.
Yeah. He came through. He's moving back pretty soon.
Is he?
Yeah. So he's gonna be
wasn't he going in the academy?
Yeah. So he was. He didn't get in. He failed. His background. He failed his background somehow. I don't know what it was exactly, but yeah.
Dude, that dude is one funny story about him. I think I saw him at a restaurant. Me and my boy was eating. And he was with these two cougars. I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds exactly like him.
Like he was with these two females. They were a little on the older side. And I was like, yeah, this side dog is like, it could have been someone else.
I don't doubt it. No, that sounds like Dallas. That really does.
And then I would look at, I was like, more props to this guy, dude. I was like, dude, this guy's killing it.
He's definitely.
He was all styled up from the feet up, dude. Yeah, like he had his hair slicked back.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like him. Yeah, you're describing him to a T. So that's
boy.
Hands down, that's him.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was at the BJ's too.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
that's where we're always kicking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, old BJ's. Yeah, you and your freaking Pookie.
Pazuki.
Pazukis. They are good.
They're the shit, man.
Fucking delicious.
I'd be down to get one later today. Man.
See, exactly.
That's the only thing that fucks my diet up.
Is a Pazuki.
Yeah.
Dude,
right after we get done working out, dude, we'll be like, yo, you down to like
That's true. That's literally almost every other time we would work out.
Yeah.
We would pretty much go and get Pazukis.
We'll get Pazukis right after.
And if not after workouts, like after going to watch the fights.
Watching the fight.
We would always watch the fights.
Or if we go and hang out, we'll get a burger or something, and we're like, yo, let's go get some sweets. And then, like, in my head, when we say sweets, I'm like, oh, I'm down to get some snacks, whatever. Yeah. And he's like, let's go get us a Pazuki. I was like...
Because Pazukis never fail. That's the thing. They're That's if there's one thing about a Pazuki is... It's consistent.
Exactly.
Consistent.
Especially at BJ's, they have a wide selection of Pazukis.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it's just like, why not?
They fucked us over by taking out that red velvet, though.
Oh, yeah, dude, you weren't there for the red velvet, man.
No.
The red... I used to do this thing where I would do half and half. So I would do half red velvet, half Oreo. And it was the best. And they got rid of it. They got rid of it. I don't know.
Because we were the only dumbasses ordering it,
I guess so, yeah. It blows. But... Anyway, man, you mentioned the other day we talked that you were doing meal prep. What was that all about?
Oh, sweet. So unfortunately, I'm sorry. So I've quit my chef restaurant business
Cocina
Enoteca. Yeah. Finally quit that spot. Been there for 3 years. Been cooking in a restaurant, like just doing all restaurant business for like 12 plus years. So I've been in it for a hot minute, And like my first position was a busser, so I worked my way up, and then so I worked in the front of the house first. So after a while you get so burnt out, and so and then I started getting into training and stuff like that. So just like with training and food, like I've always had an idea of just like mixing them together, and just learning on how to cook and just just healthy meals or just properly cooking good meals, for people. And like recently, like a lot of my clients at the gym that I'm at now, they are high into like their own business or they're super busy and stuff like that. So like I always get it, like every time when people come up to me, they always say like, yeah, I'm just too busy to cook my own meals and stuff like that. And then one of my clients said, yeah, I'll buy a lot of food. I don't cook it. It all goes bad. So I end up tossing those away.
Fact.
So exactly, so I just I tell them, I was like, why don't you just hire me and I'll cook your food, know? Just one day I said that to one of my clients, just jokingly around. But in my head, I was like, maybe I can swing it,
do it,
And she was like, yeah, I'm down with that. And I was like, oh shit.
You serious?
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. So, so I gave her like a just a free meal, you know, just like a sample, and I made her some chicken, some veggies and shit like that, you know, and she loved it. She was like, dude, I can go for this anytime, you know. So like, I gave her like a quote, and she was all for it because she's a hair salon stylist, so like she's making money regardless, you know. And so so like, instead of me making like, and then a lot of the people at the gym, they're very strict on their diet, so it's easy on me because literally it's all just protein and veggies.
Yeah.
I just mix it all up, you know. And then if they have any other concern, because I'm pretty like wide open on like cooking anything, you know. Like even if I don't know how to cook, I love to research and actually learn and stuff like that. So like, literally, I don't have each week. I kind of like we rotate meals. So like each week I give her something different. So like I've made her like some like lettuce wrapped tacos one day, you know, and then like just some veggies, some chicken, some steak with some veggies, you know. And then like I made her some of my homemade like pancake proteins with like no carbs. Well, it's carbs because it's oats only, but and then she loves it. So like like I said, it's different things that she's doing, and then like.
Wait, do you cook like one meal for her? Or do you make like the?
Oh,
full
I make. Oh, so she orders like 9 meals out of.
Okay.
So since she's like kind of like a smaller frame, so she doesn't really eat that much. So like 9 meals is perfect for her. Mm-hmm. So she ordered 9 meals, and I just make whatever. She kind of just lets me do me, which is cool, you know. So like I have that freedom of just cooking whatever I want as long as I just stick to her base, you know, that she wants to. And then once she gets done, she'll actually clean up all the containers, so instead of having to toss them away. So
just reuse them.
She'll return them to me, and I'll just give them a whole new set, you know. So it helps me from like having to order a bunch of containers, and it helps the environment a little bit, you know, because I'm all for it too, you know. So like. I told her that, hey, if you just return it, I'll just give you a whole new set of, like, containers, and we just do this whole routine, and she loves that.
Yeah.
And so, like, once that happened, I got another guy's, he's all for it, too, you know, so little by little, you know, like, I can see it growing, you know, and then I don't have a name for it yet, but, I mean, I love doing what I'm doing. I told him, hey, pretty much, you're hiring me as a chef, and I'm willing to do all this cooking for you, because it's literally... takes no time out of my life to cook and do what I want to do, helping other people out, get to their goals, and like get them. Because if you look at my competitions, a lot of people say like some of their food is very bland and they get bored or stuff like that. And like I was looking through my research of there and like looking at YouTubes of like people receiving and reviewing, and a lot of them always says is like it kind of tastes frozen. It's like, you know, not fresh. So with mine. Is you're getting a weekly, you know, meals of fresh food, because I'll cook it like a day or two, you know, before I give them. Mainly with her, I've been doing it the day before. Yeah. So I'll cook a day, and then I'll just give it to her. So and then throughout the week she'll have all that good food, because typically food will go bad. Cooked food typically a week or so, you know. Yeah. And so a lot of these places, they normally cook something quick, freeze it or whatever, and then they'll just mail it out to you. You know, and sometimes if you're mailing food out, it can be damaged.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like the ice can melt or whatever, you know. So it's,
shipping in general usually tends to be an issue certain times.
Yeah,
with certain products.
And the thing is too, like you're paying shipping fee, and that's just
so. So are you looking to just particularly be local?
Pretty much right now I'm doing local, trying to stay low key. I'm trying to like take nibbles, you know. I don't want to be taking something big and then I'm like, oh, you know, just because I'm working out of my own kitchen and I live with like 4 other people that loves to cook too, so like they're always in the kitchen and stuff like that, so it's just like I gotta like make sure what I can do, you know.
You can't over
right, like I need to make sure like I have, you know, the proper time to do this stuff, you know. Like, I don't really tell my roommates, like, hey, I need this, you know. Because, like I said, it doesn't take that long for me to cook some of her meals, you know. And so, so it just works out well, just being local. Because I prefer being local right now. So, like I said, because I want to stand that, like, my meals are fresh. And I can deliver to you, or you can meet at the gym where I work at, and, you know, from there. So
What gym do you work at?
so right now I'm at CrossFit Surf City in Huntington Beach.
I went.
Yeah, you've been there
I've been
before.
there a
Yeah.
couple
Oh, dude,
times,
it's grew.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, we're
yeah.
growing so much.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm there now. I love it. And then so now I'm there full time
That's sick.
because I was working back and forth with the restaurant stuff. And then like, my coach came up to me and like, they're saying like, yeah, man, like we get a lot of good reviews about you. Like, you know, everyone like loves your personality. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the way that you coach, like this and that. Like, not saying like any of the other coaches are bad. They're awesome. I love people I work with, you know. And so just hearing stuff like that, you know, good feedback, stuff like, and then it's always in my mind saying like, this is what I think I should be doing, you know, less stress on my body, like in my like just body and stuff like that. And so I just took that risk and just told the restaurant I'm leaving. You know, I feel like it's better to do this. You know, it's take it. I told them like, let me look about a month or so, vibe it out, see what's up. You know, because I left with a good note.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, if anything happens, you're always come back.
So this, yeah, it sounds like it sounds like there was really no no risk at all. You know, like whatsoever. And
no, the only thing risk was like financially, but I mean, other than that, like I was telling my girlfriend, dude, like money comes and goes.
Yes.
You know, everything.
Yes, and exactly. That's something I'm just figuring out as well. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then of course you want to utilize your money to work for you, kind of thing. You know, like we did this whole setup before the end of the year because remember I told you I wanted to pay off my loans and everything,
Right.
and so like I said, well, in that case, why don't we just get all of this now before the end of the year so I can focus on
Building
doing
it
my
up,
own,
yeah.
doing my own thing while we're still,
Yeah,
creating
this
content.
setup is cool. It's not probably like the most glorious setup, you know, but it's
but we're
getting
looking
the
to
job
improve.
done.
We're
Exactly, that's
actually
the thing.
He's
looking
gonna
to
get
improve.
there.
That's the thing everyone needs to think about. It's like you're not gonna start
Yeah.
off
Well, 'cause
fucking with a bang.
If we wanted to start off with a bang, we wouldn't have started it.
Exactly.
When we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, exactly.
So and we wanted to start it. So
Yeah, that was the key. The key is to start and be consistent. You know?
Yep, exactly, and just grow because everyone you have to enjoy that journey.
Yes.
You know, you gotta
Yes.
enjoy it with a little, and then grow, because like then you can look back where you started.
Yep.
And then you can look where you're at now, and they're just like, dude, the journey was fun, and then the journey just continues going. You know?
It's so funny because did you ever meet JJ?
Probably not sure.
Well, it's funny because like we every now and then we'll go out and he always like it tells me he always brings up Gary V.
Gary
So
V.
do you know who Gary V is?
Who's that?
Well, he's like he's a businessman, entrepreneur. He's a motivational speaker as well.
you've
He's
probably seen him.
Is he the guy from like the Navy SEAL guy?
no. That's a different guy.
That guy, he's good.
David
and
Goggins?
Yeah,
David
dude, that
Goggins,
dude
yeah,
is
that
a good.
dude's
I
legit.
follow him on like social media, and like I always see his thing, like it.
Yeah.
And like he's literally he does not sugarcoat anything. He literally tells you to like, if you're fucking up, you're fucking up.
Yeah,
You better get
that's
your shit
exactly how
done.
Gary V is.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he always like tells me, he always compares me to Gary V, and he's like, "Let's go see Gary V," or "Dude, have you seen this from Gary V?" And I'm like, "Dude, to be honest, I haven't listened to or heard from Gary V in like almost half a year, like
Yeah.
8 months. I haven't listened to or watched any of that content, not because it's not good." But because honestly, that content is for people who still haven't done what they want to do.
Yeah.
And with us, like we've actually been busy doing this, like
Yeah.
doing what we're doing. So I completely forgot about guys like Gary Vee, and so that to me is a good sign, in my opinion. Because like I said, I completely forgot that guy existed.
Right.
Because I just. Again,
That's-
I don't
You're
require
not
that.
looking for it.
I'm not looking
Right.
for it anymore.
And it's not a
That's
bad
what
thing.
happened. It's not. That's a good thing.
That's it. If
you
anything,
forget.
if anything, that's exactly what Gary Vee wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what his content is all about, is to get you to almost not need it
Yeah.
to a point. And that's what the thing is, like, I don't need it anymore.
Right,
like honestly, I haven't listened to any of that
You
content.
recently just deleted your
I did.
majority all
Yeah,
your social media,
all
right?
of it.
All
I
of
deleted
yeah.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mainly for personal reasons.
That's
it-
true, dude. Social media it's
It is,
getting
and
out of control right now.
Exactly. I mean, I personally, like I said, I have enough self-awareness self-awareness to
Yeah.
know if something affects me or not. Like
Yeah.
that's the other thing. I think that's another thing that people lack nowadays is having that self-awareness. And I knew, okay, well, certain parts of social media, certain aspects of it really like get me down, and I don't feel as great about it. And on top of that, yeah, it's cool to connect with like a ton of people, and stuff, but the other thing is I have the capacity to fall down the slippery slope, where I can get caught up in the negative aspects really quickly and go down that slide. And I go, you know what? Rather than just balance it, I'd rather just get rid of it altogether.
Right, exactly.
And so,
you're not missing much, guys.
Like,
you're really not missing much.
Yeah,
like social media gets so like all the like bulliness in the world now is starting to get out of control.
It's exactly it
like,
really does.
Politics,
I honestly just muted all my notifications.
Yeah.
And I post when I post, and then, like, just don't check it until I post again, kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I like when you focus on yourself and you just be in your lane. And you forget about the whole world, like, dude, like,
what happens is, a funny thing happens is you're actually there, present,
right?
In the moment, and you're not trying to prove anything to anybody at all, other than yourself, pretty much. So, yeah, I mean, it's with me. I'm weird because I literally will get rid of anything that doesn't help me.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's slightly, I will not. I will just completely eliminate it. 100%. And social media happened to be one of those things. And I didn't even think. I was like, well, what happened was I didn't delete my Instagram until maybe 2 months ago.
Okay.
Prior to that, my Instagram was still active. I just removed the
actual
app from my phone. So it was still active, like...
You just don't really get notifications. You really didn't have looked into it and stuff like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
And so what happened was I got rid of the app last year. At the end of last year, like I said, I just said, you know what? I'm going to delete this app. I'm not going to do anything with it or anything like that. The account was still active just to see, like, okay, maybe I'll come back to it down the line, somewhere along the line. And so I went back to it. I reopened the app maybe like a month after I paid off my student loans. Because again, that was my big thing. Like I said, student loans, like and all that. Like I had finally accomplished that. I'm like, all right, well, I can just take a step back and just chill finally and have some fun and everything. And I go, you know what? Let's check my social media. Let's check let's check Instagram and see what's been going on there. And I posted a picture of me at the gym, like all pumped and everything and shit. And after that, like I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going back into the so I did it. I posted it and I went. And I got like I said, I got a lot of likes and all that. And then I was like, you know what? This isn't for me. So 5 minutes later, I posted the thing, and then 5 minutes later, I deleted my entire account.
That's cool. That's the thing about, man, like, a lot of people is always going for those likes, dude. And I always hear that.
What it is it's an addiction.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's why I turn off the notifications. Just I just kept getting you post something, you get the notifications, and I was just like, this is fucked up. I realized it was fucked up. It was just a weird feeling. You're like, fuck.
I think the other thing too, another reason why I deleted it too, is because I don't like being beholden to anything. I don't like being addicted to anything. Like at least like anything that doesn't enhance me. Like jiu-jitsu, I'm 100% addicted to jiu-jitsu. Yeah. But that actually, like, it's something that helps me grow as a person, physically and mentally and spiritually. So it has a lot of positive attributes to it. Mm-hmm. Whereas social media, it's just one of those things where it can go either way, and so I'd rather you just like not. Yeah,
I the only reason one thing I do for my social media is just to keep up with the world, just to see what's going on. Yeah. I can care less for the likes and stuff like that. I rarely ever post anything on my Instagram, and like I'll probably post some videos on like my story and stuff like that, just on like what's going on, like either like with you guys, or like promoting something for my gym, try to bring some people in, try to help them out, like I'm always willing to try to help people through my Instagram or with any way I could do it, if it's cooking, training, if I support it, then I will go out of my way to help them out as much as I can.
Funny thing is, with me, the most interesting people I've ever met happen to be in person.
Yeah.
Like, and usually always at the gym. You and I met at the gym.
Yeah, our story is hilarious because we met at a different gym and then
Adams.
Adams,
It was at
and then
Adams.
we met up at another gym like a year or two later.
Yeah.
And we're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know?
At that point, I think when we ran into each other the second time around, I had just become a trainer.
Yeah.
I was just started to become a personal trainer then.
Damn, so that was a while ago.
Yeah, we met a year before that happened. We met in the transition when that was happening for me. Because I remember when we sat down, we had just worked out and we sat down, and I told him all about how like I had spent the last year trying to get into personal training and how I got rejected by literally everybody. And I said, you know what, I'm still gonna keep going.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
And I told him my story, and he just like was like, dude, that is the shit, man. That was the. I was like, dude, because like I really was at that point. I was at that point, man. I forgot about that point in my life. It was a great point. But it was a growing experience for me, like because
like we both grow. If you look at it, like how we're like we both were just slum dogs, you know.
Yeah.
Just at the gym working out, you know. Like I was still cooking. He was working as a front desk guy.
Yeah.
I believe, you know, and we just kind of like became like we knew each other. And then once we kind of left, like we've kind of like
we separated. Yeah, exactly. And then we came back. We met up with each other again right when I had just become a trainer.
Yeah.
And I was so stoked at this point in my life. I was so stoked because I was like, okay, man, I finally reached the point where I've been working so hard for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
You know. And we were working out a lot together too, and so we were, I was learning a lot from him for personal training. Like you and I have very different training styles,
right?
Too,
Yeah,
like the way we because you're very much like a big like you're good with like group training, which I've seen.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite. I'm very much like a one-on-one, you know. So like it's weird. So we have unique training styles in that sense, and we kind of like compared and contrast and got to learn some stuff.
Learn from stuff. Yeah, like I've learned like how to like with you're very more to the T and like with your training, and like I'm kind of like more like I train people, but I want to be more like a friend. So when you look at me, I don't want you to like look at me as a trainer. I want you to look at me like as a friend.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of like pronounce myself at the gym. You know, group training. Like look at me as like someone that like in here. I want you guys to have fun. Regardless of whatever your level is in like fitness and stuff like that. I'll always here. Like I will help you out. I want you to enjoy the class at your own time and stuff like that.
I think the other thing too that that made us distinct between the two of us was like I said, you have a very different way of projecting your energy than myself.
Yeah.
I project my energy 100% at short bursts, and I think that's why I was better off doing one-on-one individual. Whereas you're really good at just like projecting energy and getting a big crowd going kind of thing. Which is weird. It's just like I said, it just different training styles, different approaches, but you're still helping people.
Yeah. So the thing is like wherever you go, like for me, like I said, I don't have like that big of a CrossFit background, but I'm working as a trainer as a CrossFit gym, so I train and I coach CrossFit, but yet like we have these other coaches. They are big. Like one of my buddies, his name is Dylan, and he's really good at it. So I like look at him when I'm there doing my own thing or whatever, and I always try to like vibe off of him, see like how I can get better. Like with
You're
me,
always trying to learn.
Yes. Exactly. Like you're never stop learning.
Of course,
that's a good mentality to have too. Because I remember when I started training, I was just doing like the regular bodybuilding stuff, like just a regular 3-4 sets, 4x12. I was like, this is all I need to know. I don't need to know anything else.
Exactly.
And I started powerlifting. I was like, this is what I need to know. But like now it's just I know that everybody has a certain style and everything.
Oh man, my training is all over the map right now. I love it because I'm learning different things. Like CrossFit is a whole different level, a whole different world.
I
you know?
imagine.
You know, but it's fun, dude. Like,
yeah.
literally, like, if you actually get in there, like, not for the training aspect, but actually, like, just the people and the environment and the vibe that people give off, like, they're really good people there.
Yeah.
Unlike, you know, some of the people you go to, like, a commercial gym or whatever, you got your meatheads.
Yeah.
You know, and they're kind of just, like...
I think, I mean, really comes down to, like, it just really comes down to the gym, the individual
Exactly,
gym.
yeah.
Because even with 24, like, you know, certain 24s have a really cool laid-back vibe, like Adams and 19th Street. You know, you have, like, you know, people of all walks of life, and then of course there's like the super sport elite gyms, like, that like down the street.
Some of the stories I hear about.
Yeah, it's like, just like, and I know, and they're true. They are true. There's an element of truth to that. And like,
man,
like the super sport down on Triangle Square. Like,
what about
there's a lot of like Instagram models and stuff.
Oh, just like beautiful people.
Yeah,
just
but
beautiful people literally dressing like from the shoes or like literally they are dressed up to like they're ready for a photo shoot.
Yeah,
and they get
but it's not that. It's not just like the way they're dressed and the look, more the attitude. Like it really does have like an elitist attitude where like, you know, what are you doing here kind of thing. Like, you know, so yeah. Even
so like if we were to walk into Equinox or something.
Yes, which I almost got a job at Equinox.
Oh no way!
I applied for Equinox. I think I was
for training.
Yeah, for training.
Recently or like
no, this is like way back. Wow. This is like I said. This is when I was coming up as a trainer. When I was first getting into personal training, and so like Equinox is one of the places I applied to. I applied to that. Fitness 19, a bunch of other places. Mainly 24 because there were so many, and I was already familiar with a lot of the people there.
Yeah, that was my first gym out here. Speaking of. August 14, it would be 5 years since I've been here in California.
Nice.
So I'm coming in, you know, speaking of like going back with what we talked from day one, you and I. So like I said, we've known each other since almost like day one since I've been here in California.
Holy shit.
You know? Yeah, so it's just so funny and like actually still being in touch with you guys, you know? Like I didn't meet you until a little bit later.
Pretty recently.
Right.
Somewhat so, like 2 years?
Yeah, I've seen you in the gym, and then like when we train, I was like, "Dude, you're brothers." And then like I was
that's usually what happens. Nobody, they realize it way later that we're brothers.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell them that's my brother, and like they're like, "Oh, I did not know that. I know who he is."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just how it usually.
Yeah.
Goes.
So like, it's awesome to like like keep like what I was telling like my girlfriend's like. You know, it's always you have to have the people you support, you know, surrounding you because they're the one that kind of like pushes you and like, you know, kind of gives you that support to go up to that next level or whatever. You know?
The other thing too is basically don't just talk about it, be about it.
Right.
You know, like how long you and I talked about doing all this and I'm actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I may not be successful at it or anything like that yet or anything like that, but I at least make that, you know, we take
an effort and doing
take the steps, you know, and then of course like the things that, you know.
Yeah. Same thing with me. Like I said, I've been wanting to like leave the restaurant business for so long and it's just one of those that, you know, I just kept saying, I was like, I'll come home, I'm like, I'm so over this, I don't want to do this no more, you know, just pissed off for no reason, you know, and it's just one of those days, you know, it'll come to you. I mean, like a lot of people, you know, they have their own steps and stuff like that, but at the end, it'll just come to you and you just gotta, it's either up to you, do you want to take it or, you know, or you just want to continue being miserable or whatever.
I think what it is like, well, it's a balance. It's a balancing act. Because even my job, like the job that I'm at right now, like the only reason I'm in there is, you know, because it pays decently and it's, you know, it's consistent. I get good benefits and stuff like that. That's literally the only reason why. And it's a means to an end. But I know that I know for a fact that that place is not my life. Right. You know? And the other thing too is that the things that I do outside of there, like I'm me. I'm honest. You know, like jiu-jitsu. I train every single day. I compete. Right. All that. So like that keeps me balanced. That gets me to like, you know, wake up every morning and say, you know what? I mean, my life is still awesome. Yeah. All aspects of my life are awesome. I can't complain. You know, and I definitely don't plan on being there my entire life. And you know, and I think every now and then I'll get like that feeling of like, oh fuck, like, I hate being here.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate, but it comes and goes.
Yeah,
you know, it
exactly,
comes and goes,
yeah.
and I think, and the other things is because the people that I work with, like some of them.
That's the thing too. Like if you don't work with the cool, like some cool people, it just changes up the whole job. You know, it could be the coolest job, but if the people kind of just starts,
it brings you down.
It brings you down. Yeah,
and it does for me every now and then. It really does. But again, because I'm consistent with all the things that I do, I have a balance. So it kind of like, because I do the things that I love.
Yeah.
That negativity that I get from some people brushes off pretty quickly. You know. So,
yeah. Speaking of competition, you're having one pretty soon, aren't you?
Next month. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, actually.
In August? No, September. Yeah.
September. I got one more month.
What day?
Yeah. 28th. So
28th. Okay.
It's like late September.
So prepping for that, how did your training kind of like?
It's weird right now, just because I'm fucking rock climbing every day.
I noticed, dude. I see you rock climbing on. Which one is that? What place is that?
Where is it at?
Yeah.
It's in Costa Mesa. It's
Recreation. Okay,
yeah. It's on Baker.
Nice.
Carver, Fairview. But it's weird like that because I've been kind of trying to get the groove of it. So I get out of work like at 2 or 3 p.m. and then I come home, eat, chill for a second until like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want. If I go down there, I don't want to deal with traffic coming back up.
For sure, yeah.
So I wait until like either when I come back, I make sure there's no traffic. So like I go down there 5 or 6, hit usually Adams because it's right next to the rock climbing gym.
Yeah.
So I go to Adams, work out what I'm gonna work out, like heavy leg day, heavy Chest.
Yeah.
You know, I've just been trying to mainly focus on powerlifting.
Yeah.
At the gym, but the thing that's fucking me up is the rock climbing.
The rock climbing, yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm always tired. I'm always fucking sore.
So you're tired from the lifting that you get once you get into the rock climbing?
And then the rock climbing right after, it's a different type of sore.
Yeah.
It's like, because I'm sore from like the major muscle groups, and then the rock climbing just gets all these little stupid parts.
It gets everything else, pretty much. Literally everything else.
Have you tried yoga? You ever feel like weirdly
no,
sore after yoga just because you've never moved that?
I did yoga one time, and they didn't tell me it was hot yoga
Ooh.
until like the last minute. Like I literally turned into like the biggest pussy because I cramped up so hard. All these ladies, you know.
I've heard all these horror stories. I haven't done it.
I've always wanted to do it. Where'd you go do it?
It was when I used to live in North Carolina, and it was just one of like a promotion that they were doing for Thanksgiving. I remember, and they had 3 classes, free classes you can do. You could do like a heavy weightlifting, class, and then it goes into like conditioning, and then to finish off with yoga. So I was like, I woke, and this is when I was like just getting into working out, and when you get working out and you start seeing like gains and stuff like that, results, so you're just so much like into it.
You're like, I'll do anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, it was from like 6 to 9 or so. It was just like boom, 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 straight back. So I was like, I went to, the hip body, and then I went to like the weightlifting, and then I went straight to yoga, all in one. So, like, I was in class for the yoga class, and, I was the only male there, so I was like, I don't care less, I'm just here to stretch or whatever, try this out. And, like, throughout the class, it was quiet, so I was like, all right, cool. It's like, hopefully I don't pass out or whatever. And then, they're putting me in these positions that I'm not used to, I'm so stiff and stuff like that,
It exposes you.
Exactly, yeah. It just opens up the muscle and stuff like that.
It seems like that's what it would do, yeah.
It makes you feel like a bitch.
Yeah, honestly, I really do want to try it. Like, I don't know why
I always want to try hot yoga, too.
Hot yoga?
Yeah. I saw, mainly because the Sober October.
Oh,
remember? 2 years ago. Joe Rogan has like a Sober October with like a group of
his friends, all his comedian friends.
Man.
So they do like a whole October. They go sober. Like they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't do anything.
But they do like a crazy challenge, and then that year
and they like compare and contrast. So
who made the most changes?
The most change, the most gains.
They did hot yoga for like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, that's cool.
I started listening to it. I was like, that sounds really dope.
Yeah.
It sounds hard as fuck.
Yeah. I cramped up. Like I said, after doing those 2 classes prior to going into yoga, I cramped up, and like I said, it was quiet until I literally oh my god, I was on the floor. I'm like, I'm cramping, my hamstring was like cramping, you know, and then like, you know, I had like my ribs, like Kay was just cramping. I was like, oh my god, dude, this is brutal. Yeah. And then like I felt bad for everyone in the class because like I was like on the ground like in pain, and everyone was like trying to do their classes. Like I don't know what to do, you know, like I'm over here pain, but I don't want to like disturb.
Yeah.
You know, so but after that, I did a couple classes like here in California, and they were good. You know, definitely something I've been taking a lot more. Initiative is stretching and actually proper warming up.
Well, because we're getting there. We're getting up in years.
Exactly.
So like you and I like you and I are the same age.
Yeah. So next month I will be 28.
Yeah.
And like you know, seeing from 28, you know, or right now, and then seeing before I'll be like, you know, I want to go in.
Yeah. That's me.
You know, I'll deadlift.
That's me. I go in there, I fuck shit up, and I dip.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're not yet.
I'm telling you, man. I mean. Take it now, like you know now, you know properly. I even take like, you know, at least 30 or so.
Yeah, same here.
To warm up.
Same here, dude.
You know?
I took Sebastian. You remember my younger brother Sebastian?
Yeah.
The youngest one. So I took him to the gym a couple weeks ago. Like him and I worked out together. But like I spent the first 30 minutes where he just went straight in and just like got his shit done, and I'm like, he comes back. He's like, "Are you done?" I'm like, "Dude, I just like." Finished warming up like 10 minutes ago. Like I'm just like, and I told him that's when it set in. I'm like, I don't think you realize like I have to take a little extra time to
warm up. Yeah, like I'm starting to see it a lot now. Yeah.
I'm when I say I warm up, but like my warm up is like 5 minutes max, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait to fucking go tear shit up. Honestly, when I'm there.
Dude, yeah. Like, and that's a good thing about like us because we work at a gym, so we're constantly there. Yeah. So it's just like you know we could take our time.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Exactly. You know? And the other thing is, it's a good thing that we have enough self-awareness and we know our bodies well enough to know. Okay, well, look, we need to take our time now and everything. And especially now, like with me. Because I switched, I don't know if I told you this, I switched gyms recently for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you told me that,
so I'm not at 10th Pine anymore. I'm actually at Carlson Gracie down the street.
Nice. Okay.
And so, like, now I'm actually I up my training. So now I'm training 5 to 6 days a week. Oof. You know, and I'm training in the gi. So that changes the dynamic a lot. And in that first 2 weeks, like my joints were dead.
Same.
I was so tight.
Same.
You know, and so
like I said, my training, you know, has been it really changed a lot since I started working here at the CrossFit gym. You know, because I used to like do a lot of bodybuilding and powerlifting was a major thing, which it still is. You know. Yeah. You know, it's totally still a good powerlift because like, you know for me like you always have to focus on like what is your goal that you want to do, you know. And then once you figure that out, then everything kind of sort of just falls in place.
I'll be right back.
You were asking about powerlifting. Like I said, I'm only powerlifting like. Actually, I'm powerlifting almost every day too. Every day I go to the gym, it's just besides like shoulders and shit. Yeah. Shoulders and back, but I hit legs like twice a week.
Same.
Like a strict deadlift day, kind of.
Yeah.
And then like accessory work, and then. Like 2 or 3 days later, once I recover, I go heavy squats.
Yeah. See, I don't even remember. I don't even know what arm day is anymore. I have not trained my arms.
There you go.
In a while,
I haven't hit arms in a while, which I'm kind of proud of.
Yeah.
But I need bigger arms.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's just. I feel like I hit arms with rock climbing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I'll add it once in a while here and there, but like I look at the big picture of what I want to achieve, and then I kind of go for that. And then everything else kind of just like exactly, like everything else kind of falls in place, you know. So it's just like, you know, I've always wanted to like be strong and stuff like that, so I'll focus on that stuff, you know. And now working here at the gym I'm at now, like it kind of like, you know, hold my ego back. It pushes my ego back, so now it's just like, you know, everyone they're so much more conditioned than I am. So I'm like, oh man, you know, so I don't have no ego to say, you know, so it's an ego check, which I like, you know, so I'm kind of just.
So you're going from like lifting as heavy as possible to like trying to keep up with these fools.
Trying to keep up with everyone there, you know, and everyone there, they're like way older than me, and they're putting me to shame, you know, so it's just like.
I get it, man. Geez. I haven't ran in freaking what, like 2 years? I don't run, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
don't do cardio.
Oh man, you should have seen me since day one when I worked out with the class, and it was all body weight workout. It was literally the first workout I did with the class where I'm at now was 100 pull-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 air squats for time.
The one punch man workout.
Actually,
pretty much without the run, pretty much.
Without the run,
without the run, yeah.
That's funny too. Have you guys seen that show?
I have.
Oh,
Dallas is the one who showed it to me.
Oh yeah, they have a season 2 that I want to go and get into.
My friend keeps telling me to watch it. He's like, it's so good. Funny how outrageous it is.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I haven't watched the series. Like, no, I haven't.
I've watched some of the fights
here and there.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch an episode here and there.
But it's a good show if you like say you don't know what to watch.
Yeah.
It's just one of those shows to just watch it and then you'll get hooked. Because look, first episode is literally all action. Like,
yeah, it is. I remember. He's in like a stadium, right? And he's like doing a triathlon type of thing.
Oh no, that's one of them. That's in later in the episodes. The first episode is pretty much it's the pilot, kind of shows you how he became who he was.
Okay. He just says I wanted to train hard, so
yeah, exactly. Like,
I did 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, kind of shit.
Yeah, and everyone like thinks like what? That's it? Like it's like that's
just catch up to you, man.
Oh man,
like something. Well, the other thing is, especially if you're doing it every day, it's like any other workout. If you're not resting properly and actually like recovering properly,
exactly,
it's not going to do you any good. It's a solid.
I have this guy at the gym that I'm one of my clients now. A lot older fella, and he's really good at being conditioned and stuff like that. But he came up to me recently. He was like, hey man, like, like I'm just been super sore, like my lower back issue, like it's been bugging this and that, I'm always having to modify for him and stuff like that, which is no problem at all. But then like he came up to me and like I told him, I was like, well, you gotta look at, you kind of come in here, you work out and then you do more, which everyone thinks like more is, is not always more is,
No, exactly.
So like he does way more. And then, like, he doesn't really recover or anything, and then, like, that's why he's starting to get issues. And he's a lot older, and I even told him, I was like, well, you got to look at your age. And then, like, you're not as young as you were, you got to take an initiative of, like, properly recovering, like, actually, like, getting
rest,
diet, being hydrated, diet, this and that,
steroids.
Stretching, steroids, there you go, yeah, just put a needle in and boom, you're good to
go. Take your TRT, bro, come on.
Yeah, so like, and then like, he was like, but, I just don't want to be a fool. And I was like, no one's gonna like put you down or anything.
That it amazes me. And working as a personal trainer for almost 3 years, it amazes me how some people have this misconception about a proper workout, proper training. Like they think a certain way because. I don't want to get into it, but part of it is the media. The media lies to the general public. They tell people, they give people the wrong information.
Right.
And so.
But I think, well, like recently I'm seeing him actually like, starting to look at it, like starting to like listen a little bit, seeing like, okay, because usually he'll kill a workout, and then he'll stay a little extra and does it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And then he'll leave, and then like he'll come in later in the day and does another workout. I'm like, dude, you're doing way too much, But like, what am I like? All I can say is like, I can tell him the information.
Yeah, and it's up to him. At the end of the day, it really does come up to that. Because this is what I would do. Is like anytime I would get a new client or a potential client that I was trying to sign up. The first thing I would say, I would ask them is what their goals are, what specifically their goals are, and they'll usually tell me, I want to lose weight. They'll tell me I want weight loss. 2 minutes. So we want weight loss and toning up, and I tell them, and then they'll tell me, but I want to. A lot of them would tell me I want to lose the weight first and then build the muscle. And I would explain to them, look, that's not how it's done.
Yeah.
It's actually done simultaneously. That's the most efficient way. And I tell them the key word is efficient. And I tell them. I don't want to just get you to your goal. I want to get you to your goal efficiently.
Exactly.
And so what I explain to them is, in order to burn, the next thing I would ask them would be, Okay, well, let me ask you this: what do you like? What do you want to lose? Do you want to lose, like, just general muscle tone and body weight and water weight, or do you want to lose body fat percentage? Mm-hmm. And they'll always tell me, "Oh, I want to lose body fat." Typically, I'm okay. Well, in order for you to actually lose body fat, you're gonna first have to do some form of resistance training. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't realize, they think that they can lose body fat just by doing a ton of cardio, and it's not the real way to lose body fat is by implementing resistance training. Mm-hmm. That's how the body it breaks the muscle fibers, and then of course not only that, but you're releasing free testosterone as well from all that stuff, and so that's how you actually burn body fat.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't realize that they're fed into this lie that they need to lose the weight first and cardio. Exactly. Word, no, dude. Not to say that cardio isn't good. Yeah. Of course, cardio is good, but it's a balance of everything.
Yeah.
But also, most people don't realize that if they have more muscle, it's not easier to take off the fat, but I guess it's easier to maintain the loss of the fat, just because more muscle takes up more energy and causes you to.
Right.
So it's simple things like that people don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, no, I agree totally, dude. Like, even like, everyone thinks like, once again, like more is, if you do more, you get more better result, which is not, Yeah. Like, you got to focus on like the little things, like your diet, like diet is everything.
Diet is everything.
You can literally, like, if you have a good diet, because I would say all diets are good to an extent.
So I think what it comes down to is I don't use the word diet. I prefer, like I said, eating habits. Because diet means that you have a start and a finish.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you want to teach people to.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. It is a lifestyle, and so.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize too. Right. It is a lifestyle, a consistent lifestyle.
Yeah.
We starting over?
We done?